It's Way Up with Angela Yee. And look, my friend is in the building. Miss Lynn Whitfield is here.
Hi,
Welcome back.
Angela. Thank you for having me back. I mean, we're making this like a habit.
Oh, listen, I love this for me, okay? But I do want to say, by the way, I love the fact that you've been posting on social media. Or I don't know who's doing it, if it's you or not, but...
Yeah, I'm being more involved.
Yes.
Because with the shy and everything, it's so much going on in the world. I have things I need to say.
Yeah, last time we spoke, you were like, I have to be more on. They keep telling me to post stuff. And so I love it. Like, when I go on there and I'm like, look at Lynn Whitfield posting.
It's getting better. It's getting better. More to do.
But Albany Road, this movie is coming out today because this airs today, Friday.
Yes.
And it's in AMC theaters, right?
Yes, select AMC theaters in many cities. I think we're on 130 screens across the country. So people just need to check and see which one we're in. They can prop their feet up, have a little cocktail or soda, and visit with us.
I do enjoy, I'm glad you said that, because I do enjoy the movie experience now where you can order drinks and food from your seat.
Yes.
It's a time. It didn't used to be like that. And this is definitely that type of movie. Now, it did win Best Feature Film at the Martha's Vineyard African American Film Festival, which is a huge deal.
Yes.
And I can see why.
You can. And we won other ones, too. We won about 4.
The Detroit Black Film Festival. You guys were there at the Cambria. Love that hotel.
Yes.
The Oak Park Black Film Festival and the Golden Thumb Award at Ebert Fest.
Yes.
So, yes. That's just some of them.
Yes. we won about 4 Best Feature. And on the festival circuit so far.
And so I want to talk about this. I saw the comparisons as a blend of Thelma and Louise, Terms of Endearment, a dash of Fargo. It also kind of reminded me of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles a little bit.
Yes.
If we know that movie where it's you have to get somewhere, but now you're stuck driving with somebody in the car who maybe you didn't want to be stuck driving with.
So we are. So Renee Elise Goldsberry, people know her from Hamilton and, Grammy winner, Tony winner. We are stuck in the car together. She's an executive, very ambitious, going to make the presentation of her life.
I respect it.
She was. I know you do.
I respect it. We're going to get there
because you're my girl. You have a vision, and you could. That's how we have Way Up with Angela.
I'm gonna make it. I don't care. Rain,
that's it.
Sleet, snow.
Right. Exactly. So it's that kind of vision that she has for herself. But she ends up having to rent a car with a woman who is the mother of her ex-fiance. And the mother had something to do with the breakup. So they're stuck in a car together. And it's funny. It is. It's like The Odd Couple is 2 women who really don't want to speak to each other, don't have much to say, don't really like each other, but need each other. And what happens and how the journey of them gaining respect for each other and coming into a family situation. And girl, table scenes and families get together for a family dinner. It can go up or down, right or left. But if people are feeling some kind of way, things come up and come out. So it's all of that stuff all at the same time.
You, in the beginning of this movie, when people go to see it in the theaters and select AMC theaters, you were so rude when we ran into you at the airport in the movie. Right? Seeing how rude you were to the people working at the airport. But that's how people be at the airport.
I know. You get so cranky when you're trying to get somewhere. And there was a snowstorm. And she hadn't gotten the best news. So she's coming to the airport. And sometimes we just don't think about what we're saying to other people or care that we're hurting their feelings. We just need what we need.
And so she was in that place. That person?
Well, at first, Angela, I like my lashes. I like a little contour, not to mention concealer. But this is so... Have you ever seen me this raw and ready?
I have not, but you still look good to me.
Well, Angela just knows how to make me feel,
I honestly,
it's all okay.
Until you said that right now, I didn't even really notice.
You didn't?
That part of it. You still look like the glamorous mom in that situation.
Oh, my goodness. So it was fun for me to play, but I had to find the freedom in it. And Christine Swanson, who's such a wonderful director, would help me get there. And if I started to get too haughty-taughty, like, too much like Lady May or Brandy Webb in it,
Right.
or too pulled up, she'd say, okay, folksy. I'm like, okay. And I'd go back to
It's so hard for you. You're like, this is just the spirit of who I am.
I know, but the adjustment, because the thing about acting is you can find the spirit of who you are through all kinds of characters. So finding Paula was another journey for me, to find a woman who was a little bit more simple and grounded,
right,
than many that I've played.
Yeah, indeed. And you also are a mom in real life too, so you can understand the being overprotective and not.
Of course, don't let nobody mess with my baby Grace. Be the wrong choice. Oh no. I, however, you know how you would be different than your character. I, however, would try to encourage her to walk away from something that wasn't good for her. I don't think I would be the kind of mother that would get involved, hands-on.
Yeah, I can see that. And she makes great decisions. But let's talk about this as part of the theme of this movie, too, because your character as a mom,
yes,
right, your son, you didn't want him to move to get this exciting, wonderful job opportunity. So you did interfere.
I did. So Paula interfered because she wanted to be sure that he had the things that were best for him. And she was of the mindset that she knew better than he did what was best for him. And oftentimes parents are like that.
Meddling parents,
meddling wives and husbands, meddling. Sometimes people just aren't comfortable to give other people the space to make their own decisions. They want to be, they feel like they know what's best, and it just doesn't have to be parental.
And sometimes it's selfish too. She didn't want her son to move.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
And to be on her own, that's true. So selfish. And then I think maybe she knew things that nobody else knew as well. But
without giving away too much.
Yeah, no spoilers here.
No spoilers here. I mean, we're only talking about the premise of the movie, just for people who are listening.
Yes.
And now, what drew you to this role?
Well, what her journey was, number one, I laughed when I read it. So I wanted to explore more of the comedic part of my instrument, as they say, So I wanted to explore more of that. And it is funny on the page. I had experienced some things in my life, in my family's life, with my family, that I thought it would be good to face and deal with some of those same things through a character and see where it landed. I also loved that she didn't gravitate to, this character didn't gravitate toward the toward glamour, toward the superficial things, that she was a different kind of grounded woman. So I thought it would be a nice challenge for me. And then when I talked to Christine Swanson, the director, on the phone, I realized that she was smart, had a real point of view, was collaborative, because that's important.
Right.
When you create an environment for other people to feel free to create. And she was secure enough in herself as a director to allow that. So that meant it left me some room to be creative in it all,
What type of creative input did you have that was important to this?
Well, I went shopping. I would go shopping on the weekends. I costumed most of myself.
Okay.
In this movie, because she couldn't look like she was aware of what she looked like. And it had to just be really comfortable.
Okay.
So the coat, cap,
okay,
all of that what she was crocheting, it had to be something that she was really comfortable with, that this was a woman who was comfortable in her skin, all that. So that was part of it. And there's some things I can't, it would be a spoiler.
Okay,
but
got it.
there quiet moments that she had that were improvisations.
Oh, nice.
And other moments that she allowed us to improvise and add. You know, when people are secure and you work together in a group environment, it makes all the difference.
I bet.
Because nobody,
Yeah. For her to say, that's a great idea, let's run with that. Yeah. And you're playing this character, you've been reading it, living with it, so you kind of get a sense for what she would do or what she would wear.
But it's the same with all creatives, you know, in your work, anywhere. When people are secure in their vision, it's all right for other people to have vision.
Right.
And we try it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But if it works, let's keep what's good.
And now you said that you were able to like tap in and it kind of reminded you of some of your family dynamics.
Yes.
What did you mean by that?
Well, you'll have to see the movie, and then when we talk about my next project, then you can ask
back
me.
And I can bring it back around.
Yeah, then you can bring it back around. You can bring
Lynn
it back
like,
around.
You're not gonna have me going places talking about.
Well, because it'll be a spoiler.
Yeah, okay, we can't do that.
Yeah, so we can't do that. That's the only thing. But I will just say that part of, and I think I've told you this before, part of what I do, part of what acting is for me, is a service position, because it's my job to bring the truth of the human being to the surface. So whether or not it's inspiring you to want to be like this person or discouraging you, like this is a mistake.
Right.
This is a meddling mom. You don't want that. Look, the consequence for that was that it created distance between you and your son. That's not a giveaway. So in some of what Paula goes through in this film, I have to be of service to actually bring it unfiltered and straight up and really explore what she might be going through for real.
Right.
And that's great. And that's where it flips from, from comedy to dramedy to and back again, you know?
No, it's nice to be able to feel those emotions, but also be able to laugh.
Oh, my God.
At times.
Can you think of a time in history that we perhaps need to have a good laugh anymore?
Child, let me tell you. I can't believe I just called Lynn Whitfield child.
Oh, you better call me child.
Listen, I was like, I just need a moment, because it does make you want to, like, certain things that I'm watching, like and I saw you post a lot of things about voting, and that's why I was like, yes, Miss Lynn Whitfield. But encouraging people to make sure they are involved in this process. And it's like some things are so ridiculous that it's like, damn, I want to laugh at this, but it's also scary.
Yes.
And it's like, what is about to happen? I really do feel like what is about to happen. But then it also makes me feel really energized in knowing that we have a lot that we need to do to make sure that we are good and secure.
Yes. And, to make sure that we're good and secure and, where you are in the world, the people who listen to you, who talk to you, I feel like we all need to listen to each other more. We need to say, you good? How are you feeling? What do you need? Because maybe some things were missed.
Right.
In terms of hearing. But yes, right. That's why right now I think it is just so great when we can come up with spaces of time where we're not thinking about this.
Yeah, we need that.
Because we can't fixate in a way, because there's some things we don't have control over until it's time to vote again. We can't fixate on things. We just need to live our lives.
And I think even showing the power that we have, like going to see this movie, Albany Road, going to the theaters and making sure that you show people how much our dollars matter and how much our stories matter, so that more of these stories can be told. That's important and that's impactful.
Well, and what is impressive about this movie is that Michael Swanson and Christine Swanson paid for this movie themselves.
Whoa. Okay.
With their money.
We have to make sure we support this.
They financed the
10,000%.
movie. They're distributing this movie in partnership with AMC Theaters, and they believe in their stories. And Christine Swanson is a woman. She took time off, raised her 4 kids, took 15 years off, and then came back directing television, and episodics and all of that. But I need to tell my stories.
Right.
And she's a writer and director. So, and the great thing is, this movie is just about interesting, colorful people who are Black people.
They happen, yeah.
Who have a need. They want something, they have obstacles to something, and they find ways to get it with themes of like, we can't live in fear.
Right.
And it's just like interesting people. I mean, Joe Holt, this backwoodsman who's like growing organics and stuff. We won't say what it's like, okay.
You can say it now. You can say it now.
I mean, oh yeah, we can't. I didn't want to give it away, but I mean,
Okay.
like this backwoodsman dude, Black man who just growing weed and living his life, a man of few words, but funny as hell. He's so funny, his wife, played by Lisa Arundel, we were in Medea's family reunion together. I mean, it's great, all the organic food and all the yoga and all the. I mean, we have friends like that. It's like, don't spoil the party for me.
Right.
I know I want a chicken wing. Would you just leave me alone and don't try to impose? I won't impose if you don't impose.
Listen, sometimes you just need a chicken wing. And it is what it is. Don't be judgmental. Thank you very much. But, you're right. Like having our stories told from our point of view, that's important. And I think as people now are trying to erase our existence, how we got here, what our past has been, opportunities, even saying, okay, if you are given opportunities, because the truth is, like, due to the history of things that have happened in this country, we do have less opportunities and more obstacles, but we can also work towards fixing it. It doesn't have to be something that we're ashamed of. It's facts. It's what happened.
But I remember we sat in New York. No, we were all in Los Angeles.
Yes.
And you had several of your friends there from different walks of life. And we were sitting there, and people I knew came up from all different walks of life. I don't know what some of the professions were.
Okay.
But we all had a good time.
We did.
And we had a laugh. And we shared. And it wasn't about any oppressive external forces. We didn't talk about anything. It was just all about who
just
we
hanging
were.
out. We happened to be in the hotel lobby, just having,
happened to be our wit. It was just us. So that's the kind of movie this is.
Yeah,
I think we need to just see ourselves not reacting to any exterior forces.
Just existing.
Just existing.
Yeah.
We need more of that. And it's a shame that could be like escapism.
I'm not going to lie. I was sitting next to you texting people like, y'all won't believe this. I'm here with Miss Lynn Whitfield. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
But, at the end of the day, I mean, that was the beginning of a friendship.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And so we sat, and it was just so nice and easy. And we talk like that to this day. I think we need more of that.
Yeah,
in
I agree.
Our storytelling, in the art that we experience, right now.
And for you doing this, so I was also thinking maybe you were like, there was that meme that would go around where it was like, I've never seen Lynn Whitfield not be like a...
Yeah. She may play a lot of things, but Lynn Whitfield never played broke. Yeah.
Never. And I was like, okay, not that you were broke in this at all by any means, but I was like, maybe, looking at that meme...
It's not a self-awareness. It's not an awareness of how you're presenting in space. Like, Lady May was,
Right.
or Brandy Webb was, or even Eve Baptiste and Eve's Bayou.
Bayou.
I mean,
we just saw
Rosalind Baptiste, yes.
we saw Debbie Morgan up here, and she was like, "I gotta go say hi," because she was here the same day as you, which was exciting to have both of you.
Yeah. Oh, very exciting. Yeah, we didn't know when we did Eve's Bayou that we were making a classic, you know?
And think about it, like the two of you happen to be up here at the same time with projects, ongoing. Like, you know how amazing that is to see this decades later. Like, here we are running into each other doing press. That's incredible.
Oh,
that's what we
I
all
love
should
that.
want.
Yeah, I love that. Angel, if God says the same, I can't imagine that I'll ever want to not be telling stories. I just can't imagine it. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
To jump into other people's skin, other people's sensibility, other people's action. I can I can whip somebody's ass in a movie and not have any consequence.
Right. And then go to Magic City.
And and have nothing. And then, reap the benefit of my fandom, and be forgiven for it all. I mean, it's so much fun.
Yes.
It's such a blessing to have a passion for something.
And I think, and I appreciate you so much for how you showed up when we did lip service, because I think the Lynn Whitfield story is it too. Like that alone is a movie. A few different movies. But, for you to be open about like things in your life and talk about that and share that with the world, people know who you are, they know your roles, but then who is Lynn Whitfield outside of all that? And I think that's the fascinating.
I think it's, from the generation that I come from in acting, it wasn't so much about producing our own work as much, and it wasn't as much about, revelation, or maybe it was just me and my Southern family pride or whatever. But you don't just start talking about self. But in that environment, I felt, I don't know how, probably because
we had some wine
of you, and we had wine. Yeah, I had my sake. I asked for sake, y'all had my sake,
yes,
so I did that. And I felt comfortable, and I did not stop sipping the whole time. That was probably.
But, we need that. And I think even in the spirit of sisterhood, to be able to sit down and talk to each other and love each other and tell stories and have a good time and share things.
And you know what
life.
Else? I think if I went through it, like the Indians say, if you sacrifice an animal, okay, but in the sacrifice, don't let anything be wasted. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I think if I can have it's not courage, it's something else, or lack of pride, lack of something to actually say, this is what I went through. Mm-hmm. It may help somebody else.
Right. It's raw honesty.
Yeah. That if I can say, this is how it would, you're not the only one. Mm-hmm. You look at me and admire me, but I went through some things. And it helps someone to make maybe a better choice than I did. I think that's a good thing.
Although, we all need to bump our own heads too.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to keep on doing it, and it's not
until we're going to be hard-headed, until we stop repeating that which isn't good for us, I guess.
Now, we all know this Albany Road role is a different type of role for you, right? So does this mean that now you're going to be kind of trying to maybe do more with no concealer and
girl, no, this was
one and done.
I'm not saying it's one and done. It's made me more fearless to see myself that way, but I don't know. It depends on what the role. I'm not looking for roles.
Right. Like, let me get raw and I have to.
I'm not looking for roles where I just look.
When I honestly did not see that. Like, I wasn't like.
No. Well, you know what? I think if I keep doing my light therapy masks and all of that.
Tell us the secrets. I love it.
My, infrared, and then the white is for tightening and the blue.
Okay, it's working. I like that. Okay.
So if I think the thing is just try to get as healthy as you can, that you don't need so much concealer and all of that.
Right.
That your natural self is okay. But no, I think I'll just be always striving to be attractive.
Because I've never seen you.
I just don't want it to be a hard work.
Right.
And I think that's
that.
about being healthy.
Right. Where it's like, if you see me without this, I look crazy. You don't want that. You want to still look.
Well, yeah, I think we shouldn't have to depend on things to, you know.
You know what I tried, and I want to do this again. I did it one time, the Morpheus. It's like a micro needling.
Yes.
Have you heard of that?
Your micro needling is good.
Yeah.
And they even have the little machines that you can do at home.
Oh, really?
But it does encourage a collagen.
Exactly. And it also makes your pores smaller. And I think that's helpful. So I'm going to do that again because I enjoy that.
That's great.
That's self-care.
And you can do it at home again as well. They have small instruments that are good for home.
We need to get to your house and see. I want to see what's going on at your house. Oh, Miss Lynn Whitfield, I appreciate you so much. As always, congratulations on Albany Road. Honestly, y'all make sure you go check it out today in limited AMC theaters. We got to support this for all of the reasons that we just discussed. But if anything...
because you'll have a good time and be entertained.
You'll have a good time. You're going to laugh. You're going to cry. You're going to love everybody who's in your life just a little bit more.
I know. Like the tagline says, take the journey you didn't know you needed.
Whoop, whoop. I know that's right.
So, yeah, I think it's a journey that everybody needs to take, and you'll have fun.
And you know what else I learned?
Huh?
If you have a huge presentation, go the night before, okay? Don't wait till the morning of for your flight to get canceled because of bad weather. Try to get there, especially when it's important. I'm going to tell you that.
Yes.
But then maybe this movie would have never happened.
Well, that's it. But that is a good lesson to take. Get there a few days early.
Yeah, get there early if it's that important. Don't wait till the last minute, guys.
Don't wait till the last minute, no.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, Lynn Whitfield, who is a regular up here right now. She's a friend of mine, guys.
Yes.
It's way up.
Yeah. I mean, Angelique's a friend of mine.